Right. Whew. Fun in the sun. With no sun. Alright, we'll wait till somebody comes on board here. Don't know how that applies, but we'll see. Everybody's going to San Antonio, Phoenix, Arizona. Alright, let's see. Is anybody? Oh, hello. Just about lost that bud right there. Alright, see if anybody's there. Hey guys, anybody there? Oh yeah, hey. Hey, it's Chassis Weekly. Welcome. I don't know if you guys saw the last live stream, or if you can even hear me through these. I'm not sure if you can or not, but anyway, I'm hoping you can because I'm standing a distance from my phone. But I just finished rewiring all my computers. Well, one of my computers, which required moving it like on the other side of the room, and so I managed to pull that off. So anyway, as promised, time for a little Chaim. I'm tired, exhausted. It's been a long, long day in the studio and dealing with studio things. Like I had to drive to Best Buy today to take one of my computers in to get it serviced because it was glitching out on me, as I mentioned earlier in the other video. And so, all that said, it's good to have this other one finally hooked back up hooked up. I'll show you in a second, but yeah, it was kind of complicated. Fun question: why isn't something? Hold on, the question's disappeared. Let me see what you asked here. Oh, there it goes. Why isn't multiplying one of the Noahide commandments? That's a good question. I didn't know that it was, and I thought it was actually, because that was the very first chronological commandment that God gave humanity, was to be fruitful and multiply. So okay, good. Just don't. Thank you for clarifying. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna get a drink, guys. It's been a long day, so hope you don't mind. Hope you're not offended by my beverage assortment. So all I know is it is going to go down smooth, providing I can get the ice cube out of here, which may or may not happen. You know what? I'm not even going to try. I am going to grab some ice cubes out of the freezer inside. So anyway, some of you guys have not seen the studio. It is a bit messy, but I'll show you the studio anyway. I never can find the camera turnaround thing. There we go. Okay, this is the... Oh, by the way, I love this texture on the walls. First time I did that was for a customer about 28 years ago. And now every time I have an opportunity to texture my walls, this is exactly how I do it. I love it. I haven't got around to painting it yet, unfortunately. But yeah, this is... some of you have not seen a studio, so this is it. When you walk in the door, my little coat rack here. I can't zoom out for some reason. It's okay. This was a free cabinet that I found actually on the side of a road, along with this one. There's got to be a way to zoom out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Well, maybe. Anyway, and it just so happened to fit almost perfectly with both of them, which worked out well. This cabinet set here with the granite countertops and the knotty alder cabinets came off of a cabinet remodel. The customer told me I could take them, so I took those, and that worked out for a little kitchen. There's no plumbing here. It's just, I mean, I'm gonna wind up running a water hose up to it just to give a place to rinse my glasses and stuff off. But anyway, yeah, this is the front part of the studio. Where I do vinyl cutting and things like that. Kind of do it as a side hustle as well. Anyway, you can see through the wall there's my vinyl up here. Microwave stuff that needs no explanation. This is a little upstairs cubby. And people ask me, I did buy this building as just an open lofted, double lofted barn building. And I actually just built it out myself in here. And this is just storage closet here. And so, yeah, this is pretty much it. You've already seen it in here, but I'll walk in with it anyway. Still really messy. Even though I've got the computer hooked up now and it's actually functioning, I now still have to put away all these cables which belong on the wall of fame over there. So, but yeah, this is it right here. So until I get when I get the other computer back, it'll go down here and it will service these two monitors here. I have a third one, but I don't know where I'm going to put the third monitor at. I don't actually need it right now, but sometimes I do when I'm editing. So, but yeah, it's one time it was really neat. It was really, really super clean and neat under here. But now everything's pulled apart, and I'm slowly bundling the wires again as I put everything else back. So, but yeah, so anyway, as I promised, my own Chaim. All right, who all's out there? Walter Fogler, good to see you. There we go. Let's see. I'm trying to not miss anybody's comments. Say son of a Silverstacker. Chris Smith. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, doing well. Let's see. Cool. So time to pour me a... Oh, I need some ice cubes. That's what my next objective is to grab a few ice cubes so that I don't have to drink anything that's super warm. I've never put ice cubes in a drink where the ice cubes had not frostbite. What do you call it? Freezer burn. These look like they have freezer burnt crystals on it. So I guess I'll find out. I've never stacked this stuff either. The counter's clean. I just forgot to bring the glass in. So here, let me grab the glass. I'll bring. Ooh, that's cold. I should have that in there. Heck yeah, that's good. All right, here we go. Down the steps. There's the glass. Da-da-da-da. Actually, I only need 2. That's a small glass. Actually, 3 will keep me from overdoing it. Let me set this here for a moment. So, but yeah, so if you guys have any questions regarding anything, even now, whether it's personal questions or Bible questions, you're more than welcome to ask. If I know them, I'll answer them for you. If I don't, then I'll just tell you I don't know the answer to them. So, but right now, in just a minute, I'll be sitting at my desk inside there where I'll stop moving around, and I'll keep myself on the screen so that way you guys can see my ugly mugshot while we talk. Lock that up in a second. Gotta put this back away. I like having headphones on because when I walk away from the phone, it doesn't sound like I'm walking away from the phone. So that's kind of handy. All right, switch this back around now. Ah, there we go. Hey, thank you for that, by the way. $4.99 just don't. Appreciate that. So as I said, L'chaim, if you're asking what this is not apple juice. It is about as frozen. Oh, this is weird. Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you, Raymond. Appreciate that, brother. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, very good. Just getting over COVID. Man, I'm sorry for that, bro. I think I came up with something about a month ago. No, it was a month and a half ago. And it wasn't nice at all. And I wound up getting a steroid shot, and it put it in check. So that was good. Oh, I'm out of breath. You would think I was running down the street or something, but no, not at all. Let's see. All right. So if you guys have any questions, so what's your favorite drink? All you. It could be water, it could be Dr. Pepper, it could be Scotch, tequila. Mine is actually Scotch is one of mine. I just opened a beer. Hey, cool. Boycott watch. Awesome. What kind of beer do you like? Ooh, pink lemonade. My daughter loves pink lemonade. I don't like anything lemonade unless it's like I like margaritas. They have a lemony, lime, whatever. That's about, and I can tolerate that. I'm just not really big on lemons. Oh, man, Rockin' Bandit, I'll tell you, it was, hey, whoa, S Chassis, whoa, come back here. S Chassis Weekly Tequila. Tequila is my go-to shooter, and Scotch is my go-to sipper, just so you know. That's awesome. IPA, nice. I don't like the high-powered beer. I don't know why. I like, if I was to drink a beer, I'd probably drink a blonde or something like a Bud Light or something like that. We said, how did I get everything organized so quickly? It was, I'm still not done. I'll show you the next thing I've got to do. And you'll see, if I could turn this camera around again. So before I had all these wires running underneath here, inside here, and I had this this flexi snake stuff here that you can, just wrap around cables with. And I'm going to be using it again, but I'm using it differently now. So Anyway, I've got to bundle these to where they're tight and where they're nice and really nice and snug and not, curly bent like that. But then I'm gonna put a snake back on it again to make it look clean. So whenever I do have it clean here, it'll stay clean. And then, yeah, so a lot to go there. Fortunately, most of the wires now, I had to buy some special wires that were the right length to reach. They all come behind here and plug in behind this guy here, which is actually working out kind of nice. In case you haven't seen this beast of a machine, this guy's crazy. It's water cooled radiator. The lights change different colors and stuff, but unfortunately, the cords are coming out the back here, so I couldn't turn it around so I could see this side. Because the cords weren't long enough to reach, and I didn't want to have the cords visible here. So, but instead, and this other side's kind of pleasant to look at too. It's kind of medicating, if you will. So, unless you have issues that strobing would cause a problem, So, so you had okay. You don't drink anymore, Chris Smith, but when you did, you like Corona beer. Cool. I heard something interesting. I heard that if you put Deserano, which is a really mild liqueur, Deserano, in a Corona, that it would taste like Dr. Pepper. I haven't tried it, but I have tried Deserano before, and Deserano does taste like Dr. Pepper. It tastes like the syrup from Dr. Pepper, and I don't like Dr. Pepper, so but it was interesting to see that. Let's see, let me keep pulling these up here. As chassis Guinness for the end of the day, relaxation drink. Gotcha. That's cool. All right, good deal. Son of a silver stacker. Do I operate on solar power electricity? No. All these lights in here that I'm using currently are LEDs. Well, except for these. These are not LEDs. These things are hot. They can add a few degrees in the room when it's cold in here. But these guys here, let me switch it around again. So these guys are halogens. They're just small halogen bulbs. They're not super bright, but they do get warm. So I bought these set as a pair of discount at Lowe's. But yeah, oh yeah, by the way, so this is the build out. So hold on, let me see if I can take this cover off because it's glaring. This clear plastic causes the film to glare. The light doesn't cooperate well with it. So let me clean off the lens now. So I'll spare you from seeing my ugly. Hit it from the side. Oh, much better. Okay, cool. So, again, sorry for the mess, but so this area here, the loft that is here, that runs across the whole ceiling, there was nothing here. It was actually started like right here, and it came all the way here. The very first thing I had to do was cut the loft out because I needed high ceilings to put the light trusses and for my lights and stuff. And right now, these are old, really, really old school lighting. Those are fluorescent bulbs inside here. And I need to get LEDs just because they don't use as much electricity. These actually get really hot. But I need those for the green screen, which is hiding behind here. So when I do green screen work, I have to have it well lit. And so I'm still playing around with all the lighting. So I've got lights hanging from the ceiling. Some of them I've got taken out, like this one here. I don't use as much, but I do use it every once in a while. So I've got a head guard here because it's right about my forehead height. And then the others here, of course, are still just rednecks attached to the ceiling upside down because I needed them off the floor. That's my favorite one, just because I don't know, it just looks weird. But it's on there solid. Pardon me, it's on there solid though. That is for sure. But yeah, so anyway, let me sit back down. Okay, let's see what kind of questions we got here. Move over Bob the Builder. That's funny. David Singh, welcome back. Ryan Pool Country. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. I would appreciate it if I could find my drink. Bad thing about having this place so cluttered up, I couldn't find my phone earlier just because there was so much stuff scattered everywhere. And I finally ended up where it was at. So, all right, I'm finally figuring out how to get the chat back up. Oh, Rocky Bandit, cool. Yeah, so the tower, okay, so this one, most computers, let me switch it around. Most computer towers are, let me see, most of them are basically about this high. and front to back are like from here to about right here. That's the average size computer tower. And I didn't know this thing was going to be that big. I just ordered it. I ordered it through Digital Storm, and at the end of the day, I had no idea, like I said, what that was. They just said full tower. I just figured, okay, maybe it's just a little thicker or whatever. So anyway, got it. I just put in my specs that I needed, and this is what it came back with. And I was like, holy guacamole. Let me turn this light off here. Where's my switch? There it is. So you can see this is, I like colors. And these things just, it's a really beautiful computer. It changes. There's like 150 different color patterns and things that this thing does. Big old water cooled thingy in there. That's where I had to fill up all the coolant. Take that lid off and fill it up. They actually had ones with lights down here too in the fan area. But I didn't really care about the lights. I just needed the computer. And when it came in, I was like, oh, cool. And then I saw another one that actually had the lights by the fans too. And I was like, oh, man, I like that. That's cool. And they said you could do it really easy yourself. Just buy the strips and USB plug-ins. And there you go. So I said, not a problem. Anyway, I really don't like the fact that this thing is zoomed in as far as it is. I can't seem to zoom out. I can zoom in. I can't seem to zoom out very well. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, honestly, this was okay, so Ryan Poole Country. I started TaNaCh Talk in 2014, in November of 2014. So I just hit 8 years this November. So it's been 8 years. So another 2 years and we'll hit our 10-year mark, which will be kind of nice. So, but yeah, it's been a long journey, no doubt. It hasn't always been here, of course. I've only had this studio now. Y'all will have to correct me, but maybe 3 years, I guess. 2.5 years, I think. So, yep. All right, let's see. I just missed the event with Tovia. Oh, okay, hold on. I have to keep tapping my screen to find the... Oh, there it is. So, as Chassis said, you just missed the event with Tovia last year. I assume there'll be some formal this summer when I visit. Yes. Yes, there will be. So it's going to be in July. I don't know the exact dates, but Beynynu, BEYNEYNU.com will have the details of his schedule. It's probably going to hit Tennessee again, and here in Texas, at least a couple places. I'm hoping. So we'll see how that works. But Dallas and maybe Houston, if all works out well. So he will be definitely doing his tour thing in July, no doubt. So cool. Oh, there we go. I finally figured out how to get the chat back on. I wish it would stop disappearing on me. Okay, so Son of a Silver Stacker says, oh, you were talking about Cat Watch. Never mind. Oh, that's awesome. Ryan Poole. The channel brought you to Judaism 5 years ago. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful. Very nice. Always some other nonsense YouTube. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Did you guys get a chance to watch the Hebrew Jumpstart video? A lot of the people watching on the channel don't know Hebrew, and I feel intimidated by it, and so it was actually pretty cool. Actually, okay, so Walter, I do have. Are you talking to me, or are you referring to another comment? So mentioned about an air conditioner. So I don't know if you were talking to me though. I do have 2 air conditioners. There's one right there. It's the mini split. It's got its own power, its own device outside, and then in there you can see right here is the other one, and it has its own power also. 2 different compressors for it as well. And so this size of building is rated for 1. So I was told to get 2 just to be on the safe side, so I did. And I'm glad I did, because currently this one here has a freon leak, so the heat doesn't work. And I didn't even realize the air didn't work, because it's been kind of fallish for a month or 2 where it hadn't been so hot. And so, but the good news is now with both these, I'm probably moving forward just going to use one of these and just alternate back and forth instead of keeping them both running at the same time. So that'll hopefully prolong the life of both units. Okay, so as Chassis, I heard about Duolingo. I actually have that on my phone. I put it on there last year to see what their Spanish stuff was like, and it was kind of because I like Spanish as well. Um, Duolingo, yeah, that's a really, really good deal. Ryan Poole, I would like to talk to you about that. We've got about six monitors now. One of them is actually watching, I believe, if he's still here. Let me see if he's still in here, or maybe he wasn't in here. Maybe it was just earlier. No, actually, I thought Walter might have been at one time, but maybe not. Maybe not. Hey, just don't. I really appreciate that, man. That $5. That's awesome. From Fort Campbell, very nice. I saw that earlier, but I forgot to read the caption that you put in there. So, Christo, there you go. That's the name I was looking for, Christo. Oh, really? No way. Why? Why do you have to miss it? Do you need me to write a letter to your teacher? I'm just kidding. hmm. This is cheap scotch. It's actually Cutty Sark is the brand. It's not the very, very bottom, but it's like just above it. And it's. I'm Fred. Oh, Fred in Cleveland. Cool. Cool. Awesome. We'll have to chat soon. Oh, that's kind of cool, Christo. You get to, because y'all are looking for a new rabbi. Are you in? Where are you at? Are you in Houston? So, question, Christo, if your rabbi is leaving, Rabbi Federow is retiring in December. No, in January, sometime like really soon. In fact, I would like to encourage as many people who know Rabbi and love Rabbi Federow um, to um, come and attend his retirement thing at his synagogue. Me and my wife and the kids are going to go for sure. I'm going to see if anybody else can actually come as well. I think it'd be a really awesome support for him. June 30th. Thank you. Oh, so it's still okay. Good, 6 months out. I got you. Okay. So you're in Lubbock. Man, too bad you're not in Houston because you might be able to take Rabbi Federow from his retirement. He's not. I don't think he wants to retire. I think it's just that his contract ran out or something like that. Okay, so here's the other thing. So what you're looking at now is what I had originally set up as like an interview area, except it didn't have the sofa there. It actually had the chess table you saw in the other room, which is right through here. That I actually had in here, and it was sitting here, and and I had a camera set up behind me, and only used it once, but it was kind of a nice idea. But I didn't really have that many people in the studio for interviews. And a lot of you don't know this, but the Hebrew Jumpstarter video that I just did with Rabbi Federow, actually, we recorded, you see how the green wall behind it was actually recorded here in the studio. He came to Kingsland, and I recorded that video from here. And so that was kind of cool. He's been here, gosh, over a half a dozen times. And I can't wait today to get him back here again, that's for sure. So, it's Jesse, you're in Dallas. Cool. You can get a board. Oh, that would be cool, Christo. If you can get them to take care of it that week, you should come. That'd be awesome. Hmm. Man, that's awesome. Very good. Well, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I definitely encourage you guys to watch that Hebrew Jumpstart video. I've got to edit it again. I sent the video to Rabbi Federow to watch like every minute and to send me back anywhere where he saw there was an error or something didn't look right. And I don't think he watched every minute. I think he just kind of scrubbed through it. And so I just assumed everything was corrected. And whenever I saw it live, I was like, oh no, there's like 3 places I got to fix. So, but now I can't fix it right now until I get my computer back because the video stuff is actually on the other computer. But I'm going to edit it again because that video is going to be put on other websites. But I don't want them using the one that we did. I've got on YouTube right now because I've got some areas where visually it's a little bit of a hiccup because it's fluid all the way through, and then all of a sudden my pointers, my boxes that followed letters went off course and started doing something weird. And I didn't realize that until it went live. So I'm gonna fix that. Oh, by the way, you want to see how awesomely complex this video edit was? Where's my book at? What did I do with it? Actually, hold on. Where'd you go, buddy? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, oh, get over here. Okay. So the I'm gonna turn my camera around again so you can see what I'm looking at here. Need to put it somewhere where it makes sense, though. There we go. Okay. If I turn this way, it'll confuse you guys. So I'll just back off. If you realize or recognize in the Hebrew Jumpstart video, this is in the black. No. Yeah, the black letters are how Rabbi Federow had his letters set up for his Hebrew Jumpstart, and that's how he had them on this wall. So I kind of laid them out in here, and so all of these little numbers that you see here. Let me get rid of that. Come on. Now I'm trying to get rid of the text, and I can't because I can't see what I'm pointing at. How do you do that? Well, fiddle. Okay. Oh, I can barely see it through here. So you can actually see these numbers here: 905, 78, and 4. And then 11, 11, 76, and 4. So these are actually position numbers on where these were on the actual monitor. So every little letter had its own program, like I guess you could say its coordinates on the screen, so if I moved this down here, down to the bottom of the screen in the video, then all I had to do is go back and retype in those numbers to send it back and click the keyframes on the timeline. So every single letter, every single motion, everything had its own program, and that's what took us so long, because everything literally was just like inched along very, very slowly. And that very last scramble, where the letters were like this originally, and then I scrambled them on the very tail end of the video to go, or unscrambled. Right now they're scrambled, but when at the very end of the video where I unscrambled them and put them all in alphabetical order, just that alone took a period of time to get that to do that. So anyway, just some little inside scoop on, inside scoop on the fun I had with that video. All right, let's see what we got here. I hope I didn't miss you. If you guys have any questions or anything or comments, just let me know. You can tag TaNaCh Talk, like at TaNaCh Talk, and I'll see it. So, oh yeah, all right. But anyway, well, I guess I'll probably let you guys go for tonight. It was nice seeing you guys and chatting with y'all, and so I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. I think tomorrow I've got to spend all day like uploading the software in this new computer and trying to get it functional. So there is a chance that, like I said, there's still a chance I might not go live tomorrow afternoon at 5 with the weekly Torah portion. By the way, you're very welcome, Son of the Silver Stacker. Thank you. It depends on if I can get the software, because I was actually going to do this actual live thing, not from my phone, but from the computer, and realized that I had missing software that I've got to still upload, and I've got to send over a bunch of files from a hard drive to use for the software. So it's still pretty complex, but anyway, so I'm going to try my best tomorrow to be able to get everything done in time so that I can still go live. And if I can't, what I might do is Friday. Once I do figure it out, I'll probably do something live on YouTube like I normally do, just to make sure as a test, so that when Rabbi Singer's show gets ready to roll, it'll be good to go. So that's the whole point. By the way, guys, I'll tell you this. Hold on. Boycott watch. I'm going to stay on just for you, buddy. You go grab another beer, because I'm just sipping on this thing. This is the same glass. And yeah, I'll stick around for a few minutes. But you have to ask me a few questions, though, okay? Because I don't want to just be here while you guys chat amongst yourselves. And I feel I might get sad because I don't get to jump in on your conversations. Hey, Rizal, good to see you. Let's see. They're going to see. Okay. Okay, cool. As an ex-Minnesotan, I have a duty to encourage at least a second drink. I encourage that as well. Look, that's funny. Wow. Oh, guys, I got to show you something that's really, really cool. Now, I'm hoping that you guys will see the humor in this, and because I had a friend of mine had this picture that he had for sale on. So okay, here's the thing. I have another Facebook page. It's a secular one. It's set up for the purpose of just doing secular things in my town because I'm an entertainer. And a lot of you know this already. I do a lot of I sing a lot of country music, and I'm a DJ also. So I have another Facebook page just specifically for that. And I don't mind y'all knowing about it, but I don't want them to know about TaNaCh Talk because that has to happen one person at a time, right? So, anyway, with that said, there was a guitarist guy that I know who was, I guess he was having a garage sale, and he put this picture on Facebook Marketplace for like $20, and I was like, dude, I had to buy it. Like, just I jumped on it because the irony of this photograph, because the whole idea I'm going to go back and read your comments here in a minute. But the whole idea of this photograph is to me is just it's just priceless. It's like one of my favorite pictures I've ever owned. You'll see here in just a second. All right, so okay, so let me switch this around. All right, so I mean have you watch me pick my nose. Are you ready for this? This, my friends, is probably most likely how the real Last Supper actually went down. I don't know all these people, but I know a couple of main ones. You got Big Bad John, yeah, right there. One of the Marx brothers. I don't. That's Fred Astaire. I don't know who that is. That's not Sean Connery though. But there's Elvis. There's Abbott Costello, and there's obviously Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, and all these others. I even got Frankenstein over there. Anyway, I literally put things like that in my studio for a very specific reason, and even in my house, because even though I have a secular, uh, a very secular secondary Facebook page, I do not want them under any circumstances to think that we're Christian. I mean, I will literally sometimes put things that are very controversial on that page just because I don't want them to think that I'm associated with Christianity. I'd rather them think that I'm just like a secular guy, you know. And so I have people come in the studio quite often, and just to show you this as well, I don't hide anything from them when they come here. In fact, we've got a handful of friends that know that we are on the Jewish side of things, and they see. I don't. All this stuff stays here. I mean, they see that the Knock Talk caps, the shofars that I've got. Those are very. Anyways, that's a different story. Oh, check this out. I love that picture. That was when we were at that steakhouse in Houston. What was it? 3 years ago? 5 years ago? Shoot, I can't remember now. I didn't know that they were going to be dressing up, so I just wore my casual clothes. I feel like such an idiot. So, but anyway, so I have this stuff here, and then this stuff lives in here, right? And so you can see my Chomashim up here. There's a TaNaCh. There's the book on the Mishkan. There's a Torah scroll stand. There's the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch right there, the little miniature pocket-sized version, prayer books, and there's a Torah scroll here. And so I'll leave this stuff exposed, but I'm very careful. I'm very careful on who I invite to my studio, and because for me, it's very much a part of my thought process to really expand our friendships here in town and to have people who love us and trust us and things like that, and then I can begin to express, our true beliefs with them. And it's a slow moving train, but it works. I've got probably right now over the past year and a half, probably obtained about a dozen or so, which doesn't seem like a lot, but a dozen or so people who either are secular. No, it's more than a dozen. It's probably a couple dozen who are either fully secular, not atheist, but maybe agnostic. They don't really know whether God exists or not. Who we've had here, and I've exposed my true path to them. And I've got some of them. There's about 2 or 4 other couples that are actually Christian, and they've come here and they ask me questions about this. I'm going to tell them, and I give them my TaNaCh talk cards. So anybody who I'm willing to invite here to the studio are the ones that I give my cards to. And so it's been an interesting journey, and I find that we've actually gained some really decent friends throughout this whole thing, and I'm surprised to find so many that really don't care about Christianity in the sense of thing, but they're open to the idea of TaNaCh, so it's kind of cool. All right, hope I didn't miss anything. Oh, I did. I missed a lot of stuff. Hold on, where am I at? Son of a silver stacker. What's your favorite foods? My favorite foods are, I love tilapia. I like to have a steak every once in a while. I like it. We just don't eat a whole lot of red meat because for me it doesn't digest fast. Fish and chicken digest a lot more quickly. I love salads. I love bread and pasta, which is probably why I've got this little fluffy cornita here. I can't get rid of. Actually, that may be the other things, but so I guess my favorite thing, I love kosher hot dogs. We eat kosher for the most part. I mean, as a non-Jew, we're not commanded to eat kosher. I can never find myself to eat pork of any products at all. Every once in a while, I'll buckle and have some shrimp. I've loved shrimp my whole life. But for the most part, we keep it clean. I don't have a huge appetite to begin with, which I'm grateful for. But if I could picture a perfect meal, it would involve asparagus. It's probably my favorite vegetable is properly cooked asparagus, right, with butter and lemon, honey, all this other stuff, and then also like green beans. I love any of the green veggies. I like a lot. And so with bread, my wife makes homemade bread, and that's always my favorite because she makes it the way I like it. Meats, again, I love chicken. Um, Fish is probably if you told me I could only eat, if you were going to put me on a desert island or in a something and say that you only have a choice of one meat to eat, for me it would be fish because it digests the quickest, and for me it tastes amazing. I love it. So and so you got your meat, dairy wise. I love cheesecake. I guess you could say that. I'm including that in the dairy thing. I love cheese. I tend to lean towards goat cheese because it just settles better for my stomach. I don't have any dairy problems. Like I can drink whole milk, but I like the goat cheese factor. I think, I think, I think this is purely from the top of my thoughts, not by any kind of educated guess at all. But I think that in biblical times, it was probably more common for people to have goat products than cow products as far as consumption goes. The milks and things like that. So, but yeah. So get your milk, dairy, breads. I love my wife's homemade bread, wheat bread, white bread, and well, actually, I like wheat bread. But yeah, and asparagus and fish. And I love French fries too. By the way, French fries and me, we are tight. We're tight. All right, where are we at now? Okay. What's your thoughts on the Hebrew Israelite movement? Okay, so Ryan, so when you say Hebrew Israelite, are you talking about the black Hebrew Israelites? Sorry, that's a very specific target there, and I do have thoughts on that, and I don't mind sharing them with you. I want to make sure. Okay. So my thought is about 4 years ago is when I had my first experience with the black Hebrew Israelites. I don't have a problem with the concept because Jesus was not a white man. Of course, we're not Christian. Don't subscribe to New Testament, stuff at all. But he wasn't white. I mean, he was a Middle Eastern guy, right? And so and I know that there's a lot of, I know for a fact there are a lot of European and African Jews that are black. But the Black Hebrew Israelite groups that I have found, who the ones that I'm aware of, they claim that they are the true Jews, and the Jews that are in New York and Israel, popular areas now, are fake Jews that usurped and stole their Torah from them. I just from the pure logical sense of it, I don't buy that at all, and the reason why is because if they were the true Jews, why are they just now coming to surface, right? And all my Christian life, when I was a Christian, people would say, God has the ability to preserve His word, right? And I'm like, that's brilliant. Yeah, of course He should, right? And then, which is part of the reason why I left Christianity, because there was nothing in the New Testament was preserved. Um, but if that's the case, and you look at the Torah scroll, for example, the Torahs have been around for how many thousands of years, and every single Torah scroll on the planet, meaning the first 5 books, have exactly, I'm going to make up a number because I don't know what the number is, but I'm going to make up a number, 13,864 letters in Genesis to Deuteronomy, right? Every single Torah scroll on the planet has, for 3,000 years, 3,500 years, have the exact same number of letters, right? And so if Hashem really did preserve something, that was it. And the ones who are the scribes and the ones who actually live and teach this document, I call it a document because it's one solid scroll, are the Jews that we know today. And another negative connotation to the Black Hebrew Israelites that I saw, and again, I'm not saying this is a blanket statement with all of them. I'm just saying the ones that I actually experienced was that they were very almost gangsterish, like in a mean way, like very like angry and just arrogant. And I'm like, that's not. I don't see our Creator being that way. So I don't subscribe to the Black Hebrew Israelite movement at all. But I do believe that there are many 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 black Jews that are actually that are from the 12 tribes. I believe that with all my heart. I just don't subscribe to that movement. That's all. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. So as Tessie Weekly, I Rod Bryant. I've only met him a handful of times. We're actually considerably friends, but we don't talk a lot. We may only talk once a year. Um, for example, I will probably wind up calling him tomorrow, thanks to you, just to see how he's doing. Um, he has hosted Rabbi Singer at the Nativ Center that used to be there before COVID numerous times, and he's got a really decent setup for Ben Noach as far as the website now. Everything's gone virtual since COVID. And so, but yeah, Nativ in Houston, I've not heard anything bad about them. And I've only experienced good things from them and their crew. So I don't really have anything but positive things to say. And again, I don't know everything. I just know what I've been exposed to. So hope that answers your question. Yeah, collaboration would be cool. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Ryan Poole, the ones that I know of with the Black Hebrew Israelites, you said you would qualify them as a hate group. Honestly, that's the feeling I got from the ones that I was exposed to. So I don't argue that at all. Oh, that's cool. So spooky. There's a small tribe in Africa that has Levite DNA. That's cool. It's good to know that. Very good. Okay, let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I saw something, but okay. So Dwayne Drummond said the BHI movement, like Hebrew Israelites, are a front group for certain organized crime. I did not know that. Interesting. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Very good. Let's see. One of my friends in. Okay, so one of your friends is an Ethiopian Jew, and was his mother's. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, yeah. Uh, whoop. Go back. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Recommend it. That's cool. If you talk to Rod every week, oh, that's good. Please tell him that William from TaNaCh Talk says hello, and I would love to hear his wonderful voice again soon. Book mouse. If you're asking me if I'm the new rabbi, no, not quite, not quite. I can answer a lot of questions, but I'm no rabbi, no doubt about it. Not that I'm opposed to becoming one. I'm just not there. So, um, oh, that's cool. I'm trying to find out where that question went. It's scrolling too fast. That's good. Oh, thank you, Book Mouse. I appreciate that. The second answer lots. That's awesome. Very cool. I'm going to scroll back down to see if I missed any questions. Remember, it's helpful if you guys have a comment for me that you would put the @ symbol and type in TaNaCh Talk. But but you can't just type it. You actually have to, once it highlights, you have to select the highlighted version. Otherwise, I won't see it. Um, okay, so son of a silver stacker, what other language do you speak besides English? The only two the only two languages that I speak besides English, and I only speak partially, is Spanish and Hebrew. And my Spanish is limited to construction style language, and my Hebrew is more biblically based. So, and I'm not fluent there either. I'm really proficient with Hebrew, with biblical Hebrew, but I'm not fluent. And with Spanish, I can get around. But if somebody asked me a question just off the top of the wall in Spanish, I would probably have a hard time following. Ah. Hey, Boardcut Watch, thank you very much for that. And by the way, you tagged me perfectly. I can see a big orange stripe across my name. It's so easy to spot. So, it says my Hebrew is impressive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That video you saw from last week's Torah Parsha that I used as a Hebrew lesson was from 5 years ago. And honestly, I can't say my Hebrew has improved a lot since then because I've been so busy with the show. I haven't had a lot of time to spend studying Hebrew, which is another reason why I want to get to why I want to get Gabriel Sanders. We're going to talk to him again today. We're going to get his Hebrew class back up and running again, like really soon, probably within the next month, I'm thinking. Oh, so TaNaCh Talk, what is your okay? So Ryan, I just saw that. So when you put at TaNaCh Talk, if you don't select the suggested, but you just keep typing, it won't show up highlighted. I managed to see it, but if you want to make it where I can see it, make sure you start typing it and then select the auto. What do you call it? Spell check. What do we call it? But to answer your question, what are your thoughts on the rise of anti-Semitic behavior in the U.S.? I don't. For me, I don't know if it's a rise or not, or if it's always been there, but we're just being more exposed to it. Um, I've been experiencing anti-Semitic behavior my whole Christian life, but it was always at kind of a steady pace. And even though now I look for it, it still seems to be about the same pace. But you may be experiencing a lot more things in your end of the world than I do, because I'm pretty much never leaving my studio. So I really wouldn't be able to help you with that, unfortunately. Okay, Dwayne Drummond, I see William question mark, but I don't know what you're referring to. Let me scroll back and see if I can find another comment by you. Did you get any cattle stolen today? Oh, Dwayne Drummond, did I get any cattle stolen today? I'm sorry, but I don't own any cattle to begin with, so I don't know what you're referring to. Did give me a quiet chuckle, though. Okay. That's cool, Book Mouse. I said, whoa, good lord, did I just zoom in somehow? I don't know what I just did there. So, okay, still looking for comments here. I'm going to take another drink. Look on. Cheers. So yeah, hit me with any questions at all. Childhood questions. What's my favorite football team? What's my favorite weather? Which one is my favorite wife? Okay, that was a joke. I only have one, and she is my favorite. 22 years. So, Book Mouse, I'm taking it that you are Jewish, I guess. I can tell you this though, based on your question. When people find out, because when people ask me if I don't believe in Jesus, what am I? I tell them, oh, good, congratulations, Mazel Tov. I just tell them that I'll either tell them we are Jewish or we are of the Jewish faith. So Ryan Poole, where can you get one of those TaNaCh Talk caps? Actually, just send me an email. That I actually have them set up for donations of like $35 because I think shipping is like $12, and it costs I think it costs like $8 a hat to make them. So watch, I see that tag. Give me 1 second. Um, and so if you want to send me an email, wil'liam at TaNaCh. Actually, let me do this right here. I wonder if I can comment here. I don't know how to comment on this video. I don't see a text box. So if you could type it out. So if you see how the TaNaCh is spelled in TaNaCh Talk on the YouTube channel, TaNaCh. So if you put wil'liam at TaNachTalk.com, I'm talking to Ryan or anybody else who wants to send me an email, wil'liam at TaNachTalk.com. Send me an email and I'll give you the details, okay? Son of a Silver Stacker, 1 second. Okay, how much of your family are also Noahide? Okay, so currently, right now, it was just me and my wife. Boycott Watch. It was just me and my wife and kids for the past, well, since about 2012, and then as time would proceed, one of my older brothers is now falls into that category of Noahide, Ben Noach. And then my baby brother, who just moved here, also fits that same category. So they believe in God, but they don't believe in the Christianity stuff, and they're trying to follow the guidelines of Ben Noach. So yeah, so Baruch Hashem for that. Son of a Silver Stacker, do I attend shul? No, I do not. To be honest with you, and this may sound kind of bizarre to you guys, but with my activity in the studio every single day, when Shabbat comes, I have no desire to even leave this house. I just want to go inside and just unplug. Every morning, whenever I wake up after I do my prayers and I do my washing the hands and stuff, the first thing I do is I'll put on some audio podcast for the weekly Parsha. I've been doing that for, oh gosh, a long time. Long time, from Chabad.org. And I'll listen to however many Torah portions that are available that seem appealing of different rabbis that I like listening to. And so by the time I do that, then I do my studio work every single day in the studio, editing videos or just doing studio things for TaNaCh Talk. Yeah, by the weekend I don't. I mean, the nearest synagogue from here is 30. I'm sorry, not 30. Is from here to Austin. It's right about an hour and 20. I want to say an hour and 20 minutes from my house to the nearest synagogue, and it's like I just don't have. I've gone to once, and it was kind of cool. But if I didn't have TaNaCh Talk and I wasn't doing TaNaCh Talk full time, I would. In fact, if I wasn't doing TaNaCh Talk, I would absolutely be finding a synagogue to go to. I definitely would, because I need that feed. But since I'm constantly getting fed by these rabbis, like on a fairly semi daily basis, I'm good. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me see here. All right, so Levick only consults certain rabbis, but won't listen to most. That's sadly true. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Boycott Watch. Will do. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's the whole point. Son of a Silver Stacker says, for me, with what I do every day, could be called shul, and it really is. You know, so. Actually, I can't type it on my phone. I don't know why that is. But no, it's actually spelled TANACH. Not TANAK, but TAN, like tan, and then ACH, like if you were to spell ache, ACHE, but without the E. TANACH, TALK. So William at TaNachTalk.com. Don't forget the .com. Oh, there you go. Good as accurate. Does look great. Okay, Spooky said, William, do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? I've heard of that. I don't know what that is, though. I don't know what Curb Your Enthusiasm is. I've heard it. I've seen it somewhere, but I don't know what it is. If it's good, let me know, and I'll try to check it out. I'm scrolling back down the comments now to see if I missed anything. Let's see. I still don't understand what Dwayne Drummond was asking. Did you get any? I thought you said lose. Oh, did you get any of your cattle stolen today? I have no idea what that's all about. So, let's see. I don't see anything here. Okay, going back to the bottom here. Crystal Cheney, thank you for that. That is correct. William at TaNaChTalk.com. There you go. So, Ryan Poole, go ahead and use that link that Crystal Cheney, one of my admins, just put up for you. Just got to alert my battery's dying. Hey, it's 55 minutes. Golly, we had a good talk tonight. I'll talk what? Okay, so Ryan, so when you put at, okay, so first of all, my YouTube, so TaNaCh Talk is spelled TaNach. It's the proper spelling. But the YouTube channel is, you would type in at TeNaK. I know it's confusing, but anyway, I just saw that. I might have missed it though. So, what do you think of horror films? Should Jews? First of all, I don't think anybody should watch horror films. I don't care what your religion is, because when you watch things like that, I mean, I truly believe that when you watch horror films, that it destroys particles of your soul, because there are certain things we're not supposed to witness, and even though they're fake, they're just for entertainment purposes. Things that can scare you and startle you like that right there, it's just that's just not healthy for your soul. So my answer on that would be that no one should watch horror films. Like that's just because horror films really envelop the essence of violations of every aspect of Torah you could imagine. So anyway, that's a short answer there. Okay, let's see. Oh, actually, spooky. Okay, so back on your comment, do I ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? So you're saying it's the writers of Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. I'm sorry, that's just one of my favorite shows ever. So if it's anything like that at all, I will probably check it out. Let's see. All right, there we go. Okay, yes, sir. Cool. Okay. You said yes, sir. I don't remember what I said to you. Let me go back and see what your last comment was. Oh, right. Yep. Very good. Okay. Scrolling around still. I think cattle rustling. Well, okay. I think the cattle rustling is because you're in Texas. Oh, I don't have a ranch. Nope. I'm not that fortunate. Unfortunately, no. We have. We are sitting on just under an acre. Um, we live in a city community. It's not. It's more like a rural rural community, and it's unincorporated, so we can do whatever we want. So we put up fences. We have chickens, and we have a goat. But we do have 15. We got 12 chickens, 3 roosters, and a goat. We had 2 goats, but the male died, and so but no ranches, no horses, no cows, nothing like that. Unfortunately, I would love to. That'd be great, but that would cost a lot of money. In fact, to give you an idea of what my property expenses here are, because where we live at, when we bought the place, was we actually wound up buying this, getting a contract on the house just at the right time. It's a really old house built in like 1965. It's really old. It's all one level. It was no, 1970, somewhere around 1970, about when I was born. Because my birthday was in 70. So in fact, my birthday is going to happen in 7 days. My birthday is in 7 days, next Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, when we rented this place for 10 years before we were able to buy it, and we rented it for $700 a month, which is, man, what a blessing, because so many of the places are $1,000, $1,500 a month. And then when we wind up being able to buy it, we got the interest rate just low enough to where
we could get it for and keep that same rental price about the same. So now our mortgage went up $100. So our mortgage is $800 a month, but then our yearly taxes on it is like 2,500. So that hits us really hard, and oftentimes around that tax season is whenever we really start to struggle. So if you ever see me run a benefit for TaNaCh Talk, it's usually around the end of the year whenever taxes are due and things like that because it gets pretty stressful. So okay, let's see what else I missed. Janice Hart, I used to watch Hill Street Blues when I was a kid. In fact, I don't remember anything about it except for one particular actor, and he's the same actor now that is on a CSI type show. He drives a Hummer. I forget what it's called, but anyway, he was the same guy that played on Hill Street Blues as a young one. Is now the chief something in one of these other ones. Okay, Color Station is for me about 3.5 hours from here. Okay, do you have a birthday? Yep, I do. Oh, Linda, happy birthday, sweetheart. Wow, your birthday is today. That's great. Happy birthday. I'll call it Sweet 16. Stephanie Bell, you said, why didn't that go through? I'm not sure what your statement is regarding. If you could clarify, please. I'm going to scroll back now and see if I missed a previous comment of yours. Um, you know what? You might have commented something that could have gotten flagged by YouTube. So if you put a comment previous to your statement at 9:17 that didn't show up, it might have been something that violated YouTube standards. So, um, but now that you're on the chickens, why did that go through? Was it because of referring to the chickens? Just in case you're wondering, so our chickens we have strictly for eggs only. My wife would shoot me if she thought that we were eating one of our chickens for dinner. So just for eggs only and pets. Wow, Rockin' Bandit says your old house in Tasmania was built in 1850. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yep. Yeah, anything violent, Ryan, is just it's better to stay away from anything. Even movies and things like that too. So, what's up, son?
Easy.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, I'm with the Hill Street Blues. I don't remember if Hill Street Blues. I don't remember anything about it except for the face of a person who played it. I don't because it was too. It was when I was younger. Okay, Stephanie Bell. There we go. So I think I just answered your question. Probably just before you typed this. So honestly, you bring up a good point, Stephanie Bell. Your comment was, so do you eat your chickens? I don't have anyone around here to process mine, so all I do, you only eat the eggs. I think that me personally, I don't have a problem processing because for me, living out of the cities, I mean, I would rather be as independent as possible. I would like to have a little garden and have, lots of, because I love chicken and they're so self replenishing. But my wife won't have us eating any chicken that came from our backyard. And so it's unfortunate. For me, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I would say that if I was on my own, it would be easier for me if I had someone who could process them for me. But I don't mind doing the work myself. But my wife wouldn't have it. So, but I would though, because I love chicken. I don't mind processing the chickens. No, the trick is you can't name the chickens you plan on eating. If you give them names, you can't eat them. That's the only rule I think that I would never cross. Okay. I referred to ending the chicken. Oh, you know what? That might have been flagged. Yeah, that makes sense. So, you like that?
Put that on the Explorer.
Let me see it. No, I can't do that
Why?
because I don't want to do this locally. This is cool. My son just brought this here. Actually, hold it because it shows up backwards. Let me switch the screen. There you go. Cool. It's the license plate. I like it. This was before I actually corrected the website and stuff. It's actually TANACH talk.com. But it's kind of cool. It's actually got that little, you Oh, it's actually, you can see a little sparkly. Yeah, it's kind of nice. So if you ever need anything like that, made coffee cups or anything, like just contact Frank and Barbie Kohler. So that's Chassis Weekly. I've got my testimony. Oh, I'm skipping comments here, but I do have my testimony on my channel. So if you're interested, send me an email and I'll send you a link. Okay, so oh my gosh, yes, son of a silver stacker, eggs here for the bleached for the bleached white ones that are not farm fresh at all. Those are like, I think those are like $6 or $7 a dozen. But before COVID hit, the farm fresh eggs were $5 a dozen, and the other ones were like $3, or $3 or less, $2.53. But now everything's gotten so crazy, so crazy. So boycott watch. So how long does it take before eggs develop a blood spot? If you see one with a blood spot, that means it's fertilized, right? And so usually that happens right away if you have a fertilized egg. Now the thing about it is, there's a controversy over whether it's right or wrong to actually eat fertilized eggs or not, but there's no embryo in a fertilized egg, so you're not ending anything. It's just supposedly they're healthier for you, but a lot of people won't eat fertilized eggs because they don't want to interfere with the growth of another species or whatever. So, but yeah, so the blood spot will be in the egg the moment it's laid, from what I understand, because it just shows that it's a fertilized egg. So. Okay, so Stephanie, in a kosher way. Sorry, let me look back. Thank you, Crystal Cheney. Yeah, my son is doing well. Thank you. I can only guess. I can't find your comment, but I think I know what you're asking. I think you're asking, is there a kosher way to kill a chicken? And the answer is yes. You've seen those funnels that you put a chicken upside down in. I think what happens is the reason why that's kosher is because when you put them upside down like that, I think you actually have to hold their wings and then put them in there slowly, and I think it makes them fall asleep. I've seen YouTube videos where you can literally make a chicken fall asleep just by simply putting his head underneath his wing, and you sit him you tuck his head like under his wing, and you kind of like rock him back and forth and sit him on the ground, and he will stay in that position until you pick him up. And so it's a way of like putting them in a trance. Boycott watch. I did not know that, actually. Why are the eggs with blood spots? Why are they not kosher? I didn't know they're not. Of course, that wouldn't affect us because we haven't converted. But it's definitely good to know. Okay, you want to know? So Ryan Poole said, "What's my favorite Jewish food?" My favorite Jewish food is probably one of my favorite things to eat is during Passover. Matzo ball soup. I love matzo ball soup. That's like one of my favorite things ever, I think. So. Oh, that makes sense. Duh. Fertilized eggs, I think they're not kosher because of the blood. That makes sense. I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Oh yeah, crystal change. That's if we have a lot of eggs that have been piling up, that's what we'll do. If they float, we throw them out because that just means they've gone bad. Yep. Let's see. I want to see what that question was. Hold on. Okay, Pope John Paul, I read your question. I won't repeat what it was. But honestly, everybody has opinions about things, So I'm going to see what else you wrote here. Oh, you actually copied and pasted it. By the way, thank you, Christo, for blocking that message. That was kind of not very nice thing to say. Even if it's true, that's Lashon Hara. You shouldn't be saying that, Pope John Paul. So. Yeah. DJ BT. That's cool. I like your name, DJ. Yeah, this is just a hangout, meet and greet type thing. That's exactly right. Yep, we're just having a l'chaim cheers to you guys while we just have random conversations. That's a baby one, yeah. So, Pope John Paul, I'm I feel you're I kind of feel like you're just bitter and angry at things, and you're trying to inflict pain on people. You're welcome to watch, and you're welcome to comment as long as your comments are respectable. So, so Ryan Poole, they're still in litigation, so there's not much that they can talk about right now publicly. I can tell you my personal opinion about the whole thing. They are looking good. I'll put it that way, because from what I understand, the evidence that they're trying to bring forth is so ridiculously silly that if I was Rabbi Singer, I would countersue them. That's how ridiculous it is. So it's not likely they're going to win, but I would definitely countersue just because they've tried to slander him really bad. Sharon, I don't know anybody either, sweetheart. Sorry. So Janice Hart, it's a Scotch, a single malt Scotch called Cuddy Sark. It's actually not the bottom, not well like the bottom of the well, but it's not far from it. I've tasted really expensive ones because people send me stuff from time to time, but I don't really like it. I like this. This is the first thing I tasted years ago, and this is like the one I keep going back to because it's just cheap and it tastes good too. So, Boardcat Watch says your posts are not showing. This is a test. Actually, I read your post earlier, Workout Watch. Oh, okay. Well, this has been fun. It's been over an hour. I'm probably gonna like let this thing fade out. Oh, in that case, Workout Watch, I'll wait. You said you just invited your radio co-host to join you. Okay, so I'll wait and see if he joins in. Let me know. So I didn't know you were a radio host. That's kind of cool. What do you radio host? I'd be interested to know. Hello, Shiva. Welcome. Mohammed says my volume is down. I've been on for an hour and a half or hour and 12 minutes, and no one has said that yet. Maybe you might have turned yours up, I think, maybe. Let's see. Kind of, you were on the show with me and Fred. Oh, yes, Eva Shiva. Hi, how are you? Very cool. Oh, is that, okay, hold on. So Fred, is that, are you Boycott Watch? Oh yeah, you clarified that earlier. Oh, that's right. Yeah, mic check. So actually, if anybody else thinks that my volume is low, let me know. But otherwise, Fred, if not, that's going to be on your side. Well, really, it sounds like I'm under a pillow. I didn't know that. Oh wow, I can certainly fix that. Actually, oh my God, you're right. My phone's fixing to die. Wow. I'll try to talk louder. Next time I won't use these headphones. I apologize. I didn't know this was the case. I apologize. I want to see what this comment was. Gotcha. Very good. Okay, so my sound is gone now? That's weird. Volume low. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, 1 second. These might have died. Let me take my Bluetooth off. Let me do this right here. Okay, so tell me if it's better now. I just turned my Bluetooth headphones off, and see if that's any better. Okay, better. Fixed, good. 9:31. What time is it now? It's not, oh yeah, it's not there. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. I apologize. I did not know that my sound was bad. I apologize. Okay, so what connection do Noahides have with Hanukkah? It's purely Elisheva Crane. So Crane, did I say that right? Creve. So there's only one holiday that's important to Noahides. It's actually important for them, and that is Rosh Hashanah. That's the New Year. They can observe any other holidays they want to, as long as they know that it's not because they were commanded to, and as long as they don't say any prayers that would include that Hashem told us or commanded us to do so. So there you go. It's short and sweet. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm trying to see what I missed here. There's a lot of comments came in really fast, so I'm trying to... So thank you, Linda, for confirming my sound is better, and Christo, you too. Man, I feel bad now. I wonder how much you guys have missed of how much... That's funny. I probably should. In fact, now that I think about it, I think my low battery thing wasn't because of my phone. It was because of my earbuds. So it's good to know that. So let's see. Oh, I'm rolling here. So I'd rather, let's see. Never mind. Oh, really? Only a few minutes? Okay, thank you, Stephanie. That's good. I didn't know that. That's good to know. So that maybe my headphones were dying off. That's good to know. Okay, monotheism. Overcoming idolatry at this time of year. Cool. Ryan Poole, you're welcome to come visit anytime. So, Elisheva, you said thanks for the answer. You were curious because I had my Hanukkah candles posted. Yeah, we sometimes I will, without thinking about it, I'll say the full Hebrew prayer, which does include "You commanded us" concerning the lighting of the Hanukkah candles. But when it comes to English, when we say the English part, I'll just say something different, so that I'm not actually adding that as part of our comprehension. Sharon Lee, our weather here is amazing. It actually warmed up finally. We had 3 days of not sub-zero, 3 days of freezing and smaller temperatures, and now today we hit almost 65. And so tonight we'll get up to about 38 or so above freezing, which is good. Okay, so Muhammad Ali says, does it mean that being a Noahide has no holidays other than the Jewish New Year? No, you can participate in all of them, but the most important one to the Noahide is it's the one, because like for the Jewish people it's Yom Kippur. That's the one, it's the high fast and everything, and that's the one where their focus should really be on Teshuvah. And for the Noahide, the focal point for Teshuvah is going to be around the New Year, before Yom Kippur. So, and Book Mouse, I'm not sure what your comment is. You said, "I've never seen this rabbi can promote violence." Okay. Actually, I'm not going to get involved in that conversation. Sorry. Do you know how it's part the Amidah or Shema? Oh, I could partake in. Okay, so, all right. So here's the thing. So for me and my family, we will pray the Shema, because the God of Israel is the God of all creation, and so we're part of that. So Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai our God, right? So I believe that, and then the Shema Yisrael, yeah. Oh, sorry, the Amidah. Okay, so the Ve'ahavta, which is the latter part of the Shema, the second part, we don't necessarily do the Amidah. I say we as our family, not Noahides in general, but we do have them pray the Ve'ahavta, which is associated with the Shema, like right after it. And it's also a really good tool. Also, if you're interested in learning Hebrew, because there's a lot of repetition there, and you can learn a lot of biblical Hebrew that way. Oh my gosh, Sharon Lee, you're in a sub-zero temperatures of the blizzard. Holy wow. Shalom, Robert. Podum, I hope I said your name right. Podum. Okay, so Stephanie Bell says, so I converted, but my granddaughter is learning. She is 6. When you're teaching little ones whose mother is not Jewish, how do you teach them to say the Hebrew prayers? The best thing to do is, if you're permitted to do so, is to just continuously speak Hebrew around her as much as possible, or at least the prayers. And then once they get the words down, the actual words themselves, like right now, for example, I can tell you I can do the Ve'ahavta just because I've got it committed to memory. But I have to think about what the English says. So Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol avaka u'b'kol nafsheka u'b'kol me'edecha ve'hayu advarim ha'eli asher anakim etzabacha hayom alavecha. So I know all that stuff, but for me to pick a spot in the middle of that prayer and pick out a Hebrew word, it takes a minute to figure out which word that is. So, but the point is, you can teach her the Hebrew prayers because a lot of them have melodies that go with them, like the Ve'ahavta I just did. I just rattled it off, but it actually has a melody with it. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol avaka b'kol nafsheka b'kol me'adecha. So you can do a melody to your prayers, find out what they are, and then teach that to her as a song. And then later you can tell her what those words mean, and she'll learn that interactively that way. So anyway, that's that, Stephanie Bill. TaNaCh Talk, is it okay to have our pets at FI? I'm assuming. Oh, fixed. Ah, and the answer to that, and I'm only giving you this answer because that there's a question asked on Rabbi Singer's show one day, and it's okay to have a pet that is fixed, but is not okay to get a pet fixed. It's kind of like it's okay to have a tattoo, but it's not okay to get one. In other words, if you already had a tattoo when you came to a shim, you don't need to fix it. That's all. It's a fine. But you're not allowed to get any further tattoos. So if you have a pet that's been fixed, that's fine. But if you have a pet that's not fixed and you want to get them fixed, you're not supposed to, because apparently the commandment to be fruitful and multiply was not just to the humans, but it was to all of creation, and we are not supposed to interfere with that. Okay, so lost my conversation here. Okay, and William, Shalom. Oh, Shalom, Robert. Oh, yeah, thank you, Shalom, Robert. That's good. Yeah, yeah, correct. Linda Hill, that's right. You're not supposed to modify any pets. What? 99 degrees Fahrenheit? Rockin' Bandit, where are you, bro? Or sis? I'm sorry, I don't know who this is, but where are you at? 99 degrees Fahrenheit. Are you like on the equator? No, because they don't get that height. They don't get that hot. They get like 80, like around 90 degrees all year round. Let's see. If the bit is sold to someone else and bought back, actually, is it work right? Yeah, that's true, for sure. I want to see what that is. There it is. View deleted message. I want to see what that was. There it is. Let's see, Simon. William, I'm going to read that anyway, Crystal, even though you blocked it, because it was good that you did that. So Simon says, William, you aren't a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's interesting that you say that. Um, it doesn't really matter. Again, I apologize that you have so much pain in your heart that you have to go attacking people and doing things like that. But yeah, it's. Um, I do know that I'm Ben Noach for sure. Everybody is. So you can also be, Jewish, but the case is it is what it is. So I'm kind of curious how old you are, Simon. If you haven't been blocked completely, type in, tell me how old you are. I'm kind of curious. All right, so yeah, definitely don't use this chat for spamming others. That's good. Crystal Cheney, do what you do, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, so TaNaCh Talk. This is from Ryan Poole. My fave for sure. is Ashrei. Okay. Oh, favorite prayer? Oh, your favorite prayer is Ashrei. That's cool. Oh, Ashrei. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, that was right. Okay, so Stephanie Bell says, mine said I had a girl in my conversion class that had a tattoo, a cross. She was trying to find a way to cover it up. If you have a tattoo that actually has Christian idolatry on it, I would definitely cover it. I wouldn't cover it up with another tattoo. I would probably pay to have it covered up with the removal thing. Either way, when you go to cover up tattoos, unless they're satanic or Christian in nature, you're still scarring the body. So Victoria, Australia. That doesn't surprise me. Australia is no joke from what I understand. Of course, it's summertime for you, and it's actually wintertime here. So, Rock and Bandit, what is your coldest winter, and when does that fall? I'm curious. Okay, so Ryan Poole, the what's the Noahide stance on abortion and vasectomy? The thing is, whenever the commandment was given to be fruitful and multiply, it was given to the whole world. It was given to before Torah came. So my understanding is you're not supposed to. Well, abortion for sure. Now there are. Let me clarify. Abortions. It's not cut and dry with abortions, but with vasectomy and things, it kind of is. You're not supposed to stop your reproductive organs. But when it comes down to there are different reasons, handfuls of different reasons why abortions can come to conversation level. Some of them is the psychological well-being of the mother. The physical well-being of the mother is key. Is the biggest key. If the physical well-being of the mother is in jeopardy, then there's no doubt you have to save her life no matter what. And different views on the other part. If a woman was raped, etc., things like that, you're going to get different answers on that. I'll just leave it there because I don't want to put my own influence on it. I'll just tell you we will have different answers on that based on the situation. So, let's see, okay. Linda Hill, anything that you did before Torah doesn't matter, sweetheart. DJ BT, there's an essence of Judaism that back in biblical times that they didn't count a life until after 30 days after it was actually born because they didn't know if it was actually going to survive or not. But there was still no way they would ever abort regardless. So, yeah, so that's and I'm not even sure if that's what you were tying it into. So, let's see. Ooh, Stephanie Bell, 9 pints of homemade barbecue sauce. That sounds delicious. Very cool. Okay, let's see. Well, it has been a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun. Wow, that's really good to hear, Sharon Lee. I'm really glad to hear that. Very cool. Well, guys, it has been an hour and a half, and I've got a long day tomorrow here. So I've got, as you can see, I've got wires literally laying everywhere, and the studio is like in a complete mess because this is all those wires I ripped out. I didn't rip them out, but these are all the wires that I unplugged and pulled out of the walls to get everything to where I could hook this other computer up. And so they're pardon me, I didn't mean to burp at you, but underneath the counter I've got so much wiring and stuff I've still got to do tomorrow, and got to add all this stuff to the wall of fame over there, and finish tidying up all these wires. As crazy as it sounds, something as simple as this right here drives me batty. I've got to like straighten these out because that's like bugging me crazy. I'm going to put some zip ties or some cable ties on here to really tighten this up, and then I'm going to put these snake. This stuff right here is you can see it's kind of like it's a cable wrapper. You just wrap around them and it closes up like handcuffs, and it hides everything really nicely. DJBT, it hasn't happened lately because I've had a lot of things I've been working on the property. I've had my baby brother moved here from Oklahoma, which is where my family's from, and we're trying to get him set up in the back of the property. And I've got a lot of plumbing and things I've got to do, so I haven't. But usually about once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'll have this little thing where we can just sit and visit. And it'll most likely fall on a Tuesday because for a little while Tuesdays are open. Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of not necessarily no shows, but they're distant setup shows. So Book Mouse, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And that's cool. Lila Tove to you too, Stephanie Bell. Appreciate that. And very good. If I miss your comments, I apologize. They keep rolling while I'm trying to look at them. So very cool. Okay, so awesome, guys. Just keep an eye out. I'll do random videos like this, and I honestly thought this would last 20 minutes. It's been an hour and a half. I enjoy this. I just didn't think there was going to be that many people watching, so that's good. So we love you guys, and we will see you on the other side. Shalom to you guys. And if I can get tomorrow's Torah Parsha up and running in time, I will. If not, I'll just see you guys on Sunday with Rabbi Singer. So y'all have a wonderful week. If I don't talk to you before then, shalom, everybody. Peace.